Morning everyone, welcome back to Coding Hives. This is Rasina with you. So today we are going to solve a problem to count the number of vowels in a given string. So we will cover three easy methods using symbol loop, then using list comprehension, then using lambda functions and filter. Okay. So as you know, the letters A, E, I, O, U are known as vowels, right? So we need to find out how many vowels, how many these kind of letters in our string. Okay. So that is our aim. So now first I will explain this problem with a simple loop. Okay. Using a loop, first we will solve the problem. So here, as we know, vowels, we can initialize it as A, E, I, O, U. We can include caps also. Okay. Clear. Next, I want to declare count to store like how many vowels are there to 0. Okay. Then I need to iterate for each character in the string, right? In str. For example, I'm giving my string as I can give something. I will give my string as education. Okay. Okay, so here it will iterate from each element. So if that element, I mean that character in our vowels, right? If it is in vowel, that means it is a vowel string, right? So we need to, at that time, we need to increase the count. I mean increment the count. Okay. So at the end, if I'm going to print this thing, we can see it will show 5. It means E, A, then U is there, then I is there, the O is there. So 5 is the number of vowels. Clear? So I will explain it again. Like this method loops through each character in a string, right? Each character using a loop, and checks if it is a vowel by seeing if it exists in this vowel string. Then each time it finds 1, it increments by 1. Finally, the count we can print. Okay. So that is the easiest method. Now we will go for list comprehension. So here using list comprehension, how we are doing is like something like this. As you know how we can make the list comprehension in square brackets, right? So here char for char in our string name is str, right? Str. Then if char in vowels. Okay. So I will show that by printing that one. So here using list comprehension, I am iterating. This is the iteration part. Like I am iterating each character in the string, and if checking if that character in vowel, then it will be added to that list. Okay. So like that it will do for the entire elements in the string. So if I am going to print that, we will get the vowels, like how many vowels are there in our string str, I mean in this education. Okay. But we want a count that we will do. First I will show how the output will be like that. Yeah. This is the output. Like we got 5 vowels in that string. Okay. So here we need to print the length, right? Like we want a count how many vowels in our string. So here also we can do something like that. Print then a length, right? To get the length of a string, length of a list, we can use len, right? Length. So I can close this thing here. Also now this list one no need, right? So now we will get the output as 5. Clear? We are creating a list of characters that are vowels using list comprehension, and after that we simply use the length function to count how many vowels are there in the list. Okay. Now we will go for the another method that I mentioned, like filter and lambda. Filter and lambda function we learned before. If you are not familiar with it, please go and check that videos. So I will explain how we can do this also. Here, here also I need to do something like this. I can do something like the list. We are using filter function. I think you remember that filter function. It has two arguments, right? A function and a iterable. So here function is, I told we are using a lambda function, right? So the lambda function is having argument is character. Then the expression is char in vowels. Like we are taking character from the vowel string, and if that is in string we will filter from that. Okay, our string name is str, right? So this is our iterable and this is our string. So the function takes two arguments, a lambda function and the string. So the lambda function acts as the small or mini function that returns true for any character that is in vowels, otherwise it will return false. Okay, then we can convert this into list, right? So it will show the characters as we like how many vowels are there. It will just list the vowels. Now we need to find the count, right? So how we can find the count? So for that we can use the len function, len. Clear? Now we can just print this thing. Okay, I will show the output and I will again explain this. Here you can again look at this thing. As we know, lambda function is an anonymous function, right? So here it checks if each character is a vowel. Okay, it checks if each character is a vowel. If it is true, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So now the filter function applies this lambda to every character in this string. Okay, in this string, it will apply every character this lambda function and returns only those that match. Those match only it will return. Okay, and this list conversion, once we have the vowels, we turn the filtered result into a list and count the number of vowels using this length function. Here we learned different ways to count vowels in a string using in Python, using a for loop, then using a list comprehension, then using a filter and lambda function. So that's it for today's video. I hope you got a clarity how to solve this problem. Thank you for watching, and if you have any doubts or suggestions you can ask in the comments. Thank you.